Just as the people of Edo State are waiting the final announcement of result of the governorship election in the state, there have been a continuous assessment with many political agents, political party agents at the Coalition Center live there in Benin City of Edo State, where INEC has actually gone on another 40-minute recess before the final announcement. There have been issues of many reaction, most especially coming from People's Democratic Party as they staged a protest at the office earlier, just as they are reacting to the release of the result with over 17 local government out of 18 as at the time of INEC collecting some of the results from the local government agents and officers. There have continued to be a whole lot of reactions of many persons to those elections, but INEC have been doing their job. The security agencies, from all analysis, have been on top of their game in securing, creating the atmosphere for peace as the INEC officials at the Coalition Center are carrying out their civil responsibilities and duties as enshrined by the Constitution. The final result is to be expected, of course, just few minutes from now. I'll be coming from the Benin City, the Coalition Center. We are closely monitoring. But tonight on the program Big Talk, we'll be looking at the level of situations, analyzing the report we've gathered and the fact that is already starting the face of many Nigerians as to the outcome of the election. We've seen APC at the early lead of the election, where People's Democratic Party are coming second and Labour Party are coming third. There have continued to be a reaction that even the other parties are insisting that there were factors are probably maybe contributing to this. They have also cited instances of wrong manipulations of results. They've also set up instances just at the Coalition Center. The agents representing People's Democratic Party have continuously led some reaction right there at the center. But INEC, who has really given them the floor to speak as well. But it looks that all of those reactions can only be interpreted at the court, which is obviously after the election. The civil society organizations have also raised concern over the transparency of the ongoing coalitions, with the fact that this is the democracy, and of course our eyes right now is on INEC as to the final announcement. But in some quarters from the videos we can actually gather, some members of APC are jubilating in respect to the earlier winning of the elections we've actually gathered so far. Tonight on the program, I'll be joined by a national observer who has joined the people of Edo in monitoring the situation in Edo election, and of course will be joining us on the program shortly after this break to give us an insight. Please stay with us on the program. I'll be right back. Many thanks everyone for still staying with us. This is Edo, the side 2024. Of course, still tracking some development coming from Benin City, the Coalition Center. Our report has it that the governor, the city governor of the state, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has actually lost his local government, already the local government area to the APC. APC has scoring 30,780 votes, while Igabelo of the PDP secures 24,938 votes in the local government. That seems to be the local government of the governor. But this is what the agent representing the party said when INEC had presented that result from the Godwin Obaseki's local government. He said, we won the election in Edo. We will actually, it's the metropolitan city. We, of course, do not doubt of PDP winning the election. We'll go on a break, and was returned from the break. Also, the will be joining us from Benin City, just on the program. Do stay with us.
An insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines to explore the lasting impact of political decisions. Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society. For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society. Takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines to explore the lasting impact of political decisions. Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics.
Many thanks to everyone for assisting with us on the program. Earlier before the commencement of the coalition, INEC had condemned the invasion of the Benin office, venue of the coalition, claiming that Godwin Obaseki, Ajibala, National Secretary of the APC, for invading or having anything to do with the premises. All of these were prompt alerts from INEC in respect to the commencement of the coalition of the result. But right away, it seemed just the local government to go, and the final announcement that will be confirming the governor-elect of Edo State. There are all a lot of reactions. Of course, I've been joined by Austin. He is a faculty member of Kimpact Development Initiative, a global affairs analyst, and a member of IPAC. Thanks so much for joining us very briefly. We've known that we've followed the election, you've observed, you've monitored the process, you understand better much of these issues you've been raising over elections in the country. From your own analysis, do you feel the outcome of this election and the process of this election has probably done better, have improved upon the previous exercise by INEC? All right, we'll try as much as possible for Austin to give us a background understanding about the situation of things and his comparison about the election of that exercise. Ms. Austin, if you're with us, give us an understanding about the situation, the difference, comparing back the 2023 election, and this is the first all-cycle election for this very year, 2024. Do you feel that from what we had last year and to what we're having now, there is an improvement? It's also become.
I no longer hear you. Hello, 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 hello.
Go ahead, please, if you can hear us.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Just to confirm.
Ms. Olsen, we are hearing you, please.
No. Okay, Jose, thank you very much. If you can hear me, yeah, fine. I was trying to confirm that to be sure that I was speaking. Yes, all the issues you've raised, they are cogent reasons. But just to quickly make a quick point that after the general election of 2023, we have had 3 subsequent elections. The one that took place in Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa states, and each of them with their familiar challenges. If you recall, in Imo, results on the IRF was quickly uploaded by 10 a.m. By the next day. They were already declaring the winner in Imo State. Whereas in Imo, there was 27 local government. In Edo State, there are 18 local government, even though there are riverine locations. By now, I expected that all the results would have been in and the declaration would have been made. But that just being said, we continue to see challenge with the result collation system. The word collation continues to be a major challenge in the electoral system, as it were. Sincerely, the election yesterday, the voting process yesterday went seamless, peaceful, calm, even though there were some disruption with the rains that came. But we never had anything like ballot box snatching or all of those things that may be part of election. We didn't hear of results pre-written that was seen in Kogi State. Maybe it's a different strategy that is being adopted now in Edo State. But with all due respect, the election was going well. If the only crisis that came in was the collation point, and like I mentioned, the collation point continued to be the disaster point in our electoral system. The collation, there were flags that in certain collation locations, the materials were moved from those collation points to the INEC office, which impart on or the confidence or the integrity of the electoral process. INEC cannot say that we are collating here and move the location to another location without at least 24-hour notice. What are we doing? We continue to make the same mistake over and again. INEC used to they make decisions arbitrarily. When you ask questions, like you saw today, those during the collation, the state collation point, where certain political parties were asking questions, and INEC was the one who asked any question, any clarification. When questions are not asked, INEC cannot answer. It is reducing our reputation as a country. Election we cannot conduct, simple election. It calls for a real challenge, particularly the result management process for INEC. Over to you. Hello.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Hudson. I had heard you very clearly. But the situation right now, because as you said, the issues is no more about ballot box snatching and all of that. We've also seen a concern that earlier today, the PDP, the governor himself, Governor Obaseki, we saw pictures and videos confirming that he was at the INEC State Collation Center. We've also seen where they had raised issues, and at their press statement, they went further to, give out the results that were probably they got from IRF. We've also seen that actually are different. But tell us what really went wrong in the process, because all was well what we had and the information we've actually gathered. Over 97% of results was actually uploaded at IRF, which was the problem as a 2023 election. Do you feel that the agents did not in any way follow? Because we have agents at the polling unit, we have agents at the ward level, we have agents at the local government level. Where do you feel that is a missing line that probably is generating all of these heat?
So the heat can come from positive and negative trajectory. Let me come from the positive side. Maybe the governor hearing the fact that maybe the party was not gaining votes from all information it would be at its disposal, because each of these parties have their own situation rooms. Like you said, they have agents, they were collecting data from the feed, and they were also collecting results, as it were. But the problem with the IRF result, I continue to maintain, the IRF result is not really for political parties. The IRF is for citizens who voted in the polling unit. Why do I say this? I know that the political parties can use the result from IRF because it's an open source data and anybody can click on it. But for me, the authentic result will be the result that the party agent took from the polling unit. Of course, that's the same result that is uploaded, but there's a difference. At some point after the polling unit result is announced, written on a form EC8A, and there's a movement from the polling unit to the Ward Collation Center. Results that was announced at the polling unit can be cancelled at the Ward Collation Center due to many reasons. Number one, error in computation. data not adding up, tally not working together, and when there are security or other complaint that the parties may come to the polling unit, to the work collation center, to try to want to stop that result because they had complained at the polling unit and the presiding officer refused to listen to them, they will push up their case to the vote collection point to raise any malpractices they may have observed at the polling unit. So that result can be cancelled. When it is cancelled, because the party representative is there, they quickly alert their party that polling unit 1, ward 1, local government 1 has been cancelled. So they don't need to add it up to when they are collating the one from IRF. I say this because when you use entirely IRF result without understanding that there are levels of cancellation, you are going to have different figures eventually. It's clear. I saw a banner today from one of the leading newspapers in this country where he allocated the same figures to each of the three parties, 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. But that was not correct. Even if you are used IRF, it was still not correct. And they did not announce 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Maybe that newspaper may have gotten that figure somewhere else. Maybe, I don't know, or it may even be manipulation. It may be the people who just wanted to post it to embarrass people. But what I'm saying is that never use free online source as a political party, because it is your right to have a copy of the form EC8A. And what's the idea of this form EC8A? Once you have collected it at the polling unit level, it is the responsibility of the party agent at the polling unit level to supply the information to whatever data situation room they may have, but also have an advanced copy to the representative of the party at the ward collation, so that in case there's any dispute, he's able to protect their vote at the ward collation. So for me, what the PDP did today, or what Governor Obaseki did by going to INEC office, look more of intimidation. And if you follow a Edo State election in 2016, the same thing happened. When PDP, the same PDP, Obaseki then was the one in APC. If you remember, Obaseki was in APC. And there was an allegation that the APC had manipulated the result. The PDP arguably claimed that they won the election, and Oshomole was then governor, just the same way Obaseki now went to the INEC office. Oshomole also went to the INEC office, and the PDP were outside of the INEC office shouting, "Ole, ole, ole." Those videos may still be, internet never forget. If you have to fact check, you will see those videos pop up again. They may even pop up before tomorrow, because it's almost like election repeats its own videos and pictures. What I'm saying is this, that we are almost repeating what happened in 2016, when the beneficiary of 2016 at that time is the incumbent governor, Godwin Obaseki. It was the one who benefited for whatever happened in 2016, and now, you know what happened in 2020 when he had to move to PDP after the dispute between him and Oshomole, and of course all of the things that happened, and eventually election in 2020, and he was re-elected governor. Now, it is almost like a crisis that there are many things that actually have worked against the PDP. And if we have time, we can discuss all of that, because people talk about results. The election, at the polling unit, it is the party agent, and I would like the PDP to raise cogent. I saw the agent of the PDP at the State Collation Center. I think it's the Chief of Staff, Government House, or so, who were raising those germane questions. That is the documentation we put together, and then you take it up. And I don't want to say, as the INEC chairman said in 2023, you go to court. But that's also very annoying. When there are issues, you should be able to call for conciliation. But there's a caveat. When results have moved beyond ward and local government, it almost become very difficult to cancel results at the state collation point. This is the norm in our electoral system, and we cannot, because it's Edo or it's Godwin Obaseki or it's Oshomole, to change certain of those norms. These are the fundamental principles. Over to you in the studio.
All right, there have been issues raised by the observers. We've also seen where they have raised issues of not allowing media to have access to the collation centers. Tell us about that, because probably we're trying to track where the transparency got missing in the process of all of these. Has there been any situation where the security agencies, because even the PDP agent raised that concern that I think at the local government, the agent was not allowed into the premises. Talk to us about the situation of security, because these were the issues that was raised ahead of the election. From your own assessment, where the security agencies are professionals about their duty, was there intimidation? Was there full probably intimidation by the security agencies against the media, agents and observers?
So like I told you yesterday, the entire process that went on yesterday, I will give it to the security agencies. The professionalism was high, even within, in fact, arguably, the military became even the best in terms of policing an election. The police will stop you and ask you too many questions that is irrelevant even when you have an election day ID card. But the military, just one question, please identify yourself. And once you do that, and you're gone. But for anyone who was not on election day duty, they were restriction of movement, and they enforced that very well. You are not on election day duty, you are not being accredited by INEC, you cannot have access to the next point because you are not supposed to be you're not supposed to be working at that driving at that time. But for those who are voters, because they are not supposed to be voting, they are supposed to have their polling unit close to their houses, what allowed them to move is their PVC. And we saw that movement, everything worked seamless. But the accusation from the PDP, particularly, let me quote the running mate of the PDP candidate, Ogie, Barrister Ogie. He had gone to Western Boys High School in Overslope, which is under Obaka local government. That is his own local government and a stronghold of the PDP. He had alleged, standing in front of that school, that this was supposed to be a collation center. That's why, as we speak, the collation has been moved to go to INEC office in INEC state office. A collation at the local government or ward, before you move it, there should be security advice, and then all parties involved will need to agree, and they will need to move together. So apparently, where the opacity may have happened, the opaque system in our electoral system, where it may have happened is that movement, change of collation location, because that is the only way you can afford to sideline other actors, and then you use the military or the police or security actors to prevent entry. But when Governor Obaseki went to that state office about 1-2 a.m., as he also agreed to, because he said he went there, he tried to reach the rec was not responding, he had to go there. He went there, gained access to the state collation office. Whatever happened now is history. And you know that the APC secretary also went there quickly to claim that the governor must leave and all of that. Maybe citing the same thing that may have happened in 2016. I'm trying to refer you to 2016 because it looked like an advanced playbook in which the major actors is Comrade Adams Oshomole and Mr. Godwin Obaseki. Over to you.
Mr. Hostin, probably we don't want to go political, but let's just get to hear from INEC in terms of the announcement, because there were other political issues you probably would have raised. But thanks so much for joining us on the program and giving us an insight. Afterwards, we'll have you, when you are back to Abuja, we'll have you on the way forward, because we must probably always get the elections right, and we appreciate the work that you do over there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Just as we continue to keep our eyes very close on the collation center right there in Benin City of Edo State, ahead of the final announcement on who becomes the governor of Edo State. There continues to be a whole lot of tension, pressure from People's Democratic Party, most especially coming from the Governors Forum. I had a prize statement today, and the protests at the environs of the INEC Collation Centers continue to create a different atmosphere about this election. The Labour Party candidate is still at the third position, while the People's Democratic Party are coming second from the last count, and the APC are taking the lead. We are still tracking, and of course, we bring you all the necessary update as to Edo Decides 2024. That's where we'll draw the curtain here at Big Talk tonight. Tomorrow on the program, we'll delve into the in-depth issues, the reports we've gathered, the concerns also about the local government elections over the weekend, and the outcome of the different weekends election was totally gathered on the program tomorrow. And this is Michael. Thanks so much for staying with us on the program. See you again.